They want the students to be all nervous.
Exactly.
Not do stalls while they're out in the practice area.
That's right, exactly. All right, I have control. Very good.
Your controls.
So let me get you set up. We'll do a little clearing turn. So next would be the power off and power on stalls. We'll do power offs first.
Okay.
This would be as if we're on final approach kind of scenario. Doing some clearing before we do this, obviously. And we're going to carry it past the initial stall indication. Remember, the stall indications that you should feel in any airplane would be buffet, probably first, if it exhibited any. Uncommanded roll, so lack of lateral authority.
Right.
Unable to control the pitch and unable to arrest the descent rate. Those are the four you would experience. In this, hopefully one or if not all of those will happen, and you would have some kind of stall indication, whether it's thick shaker, stall warning horn, something like that. We have our stall warning horn pulled, if you will.
Okay.
So you won't have any of that in this airplane.
Okay.
So in these stall demonstrations and recoveries, we're going to carry it past the initial stall indication.
Understood.
So the first stall indication you'll see in an extra is the buffet. So we're going to take it past the buffet, which is obviously not something you'd want to do in your airplane.
Correct.
Until probably the next indication will be that uncommanded roll. And then we'll do the all-attitude upset recovery strategy. Push, roll, power, stabilize. Very controlled, the push being a comprehensive step. Looking for that half a G light in the seat kind of sensation is what we're looking for. Okay. In the power off stall, we're not going to have to do much in order to solve the stall.
Right.
Power on, we'll have to do a little bit more because we are a higher pitch attitude. So push, and then the roll with coordinated ailerons and rudder. Power probably coming into full, and then the stabilized step is the command of execution, where we start to bring the nose above the horizon and recover it. So I'll demo the first one to you.
Okay.
And then I'll let you do one. So here we are at 70 knots, as if we're in the pattern. We are maybe turned to final. We're kind of stretching the final approach path. I know we can make the runway. Yeah, we can make it. There's no headwind. It's not going to affect us. So there's the buffet. Push, roll, power, stabilize.
Wow.
Pitch is set, power is set, recovery is complete. So we lost about 300-400 feet or so, but we're not really concerned about that. The push is half a G, lighten the seat, get above, break that AOA, break the stall, and then recover from the stall itself.
Right.
Any questions?
No.
All right, man, I'll get us turned back around to the west, then I'll let you do the very same thing. So it's power off stall. Maybe if I put a little rudder in, it'll help a little bit.
It's so counterintuitive to me because I'm so used to giving everybody a smooth ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, gee, I don't want to negative G the airplane.
That's right. So that's why we preach the half a G, not to mention systems, but smooth ride as well as your systems are fouled up by half a G.
Right.
All right. Whenever you're ready, you have control.
All right, I got control.
Roger, you have control. So just power idle whenever you're ready and hold the pitch attitude, and we'll do the push roll power stabilize.
Straight ahead, or you want me to bank?
It's up to you. Your call.
The left.
Okay.
There's Buffett. There, I'm going to feel what that's like for a minute. There we go.
There we go.
All right, so push. Roll. Power. And stabilize. With a positive rate. With a rudder. How's that?
Very good. I have control.
Your control.
All right, so yeah, what we did on the entry is a little bit weird because you got into the buffet. And here's what the buffet feels like. I'll leave it in buffet for a while. So that buffet, and we would hold it that buffet, and we're not grading you on any of this, obviously, but we want you to experience the whole thing. So,
right.
So here's what the buffet feels like in this airplane, and it's different in every airplane.
Fairly distinct. airplane, I guess because of the wing.
Yeah, exactly. So there's what the buffet feels like. So I'll hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. And then we want to hold it till the wing drops, and that's when we execute the recovery. The other thing is the roll was well separated. That was all well and good.
Okay.
Then I would put full power in to start the recovery and get the nose above the horizons. But it was all fine.
Okay.
The push was about 3/4 of a G, which is good.
Okay.
And we'll move on to the power on stall unless you want to do another one. It's up to you.
We'll do another one. Do another power on's good.
Okay. So power on stall is a little different because we're higher pitch attitude, as if we had executed a missed approach, something like that. Maybe we got distracted with the pitch attitude. We left the power back a little bit. So it'll catch us a little more off guard than we'd expect from a power off perspective.
Right.
And we'd have to let the nose go below the horizon to gain more airspeed to recover from it. So here we are at 7,000 feet as if we're climbing out. I'll set the power about this. So we're distracted, we're drinking our coffee, we're doing something with the autopilot.
Buffet.
Push. Roll. Power. Gentle. Stabilize.
Fair enough.
Pitch is set. Power is set. Recovery is complete. So that's kind of what it looks like. Again, it's a much let the nose come further below the horizon. Right. I was almost exactly at a half a G there on the recovery, so you probably felt that a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll let you try one of those. Whenever you're ready, you have control.
My controls.
You have control. So I'll set the power for you at the right power setting. As if we're climbing out, we got distracted with the power setting.
There's the buffet. I'm gonna ride it for a second.
Okay.
All right. There it comes down. And recover back to 7,000 or so.
Okay, I have control.
Your control.
Okay, good on the power. So here's what we do. We'll start to transition to your real airplane, and that is from a crew perspective.
Right.
We might want to say upset, disconnect autopilot, and then execute the procedure. And I would say just the 4 words. I wouldn't worry about anything else other than push, roll, power, stabilize. Upset, and then click, and then push, roll, power, stabilize, so that
executive.
So that your crew member knows what the heck's going on, basically, out of this thing.
All right, should I do it again?
But yeah, let's do one more.
My turn.
Set the power setting. You have control.
My controls. Upset, push, roll, power, stabilize, battery. Actually, not yet. Here we go. A little better on that one?
Yeah, that was great. And recovery is complete, or something to that effect. I have control.
Your controls.
Okay, good. Yeah, that was much better. Very good. All right, so we'll move on. If we have more gas at the end, we will come back. And if you want to practice another couple, you can certainly do that. The next demonstration that I'll do is show you what not to do in your airplane, and that is a zoom maneuver. You saw the demo, the video. All I'm going to do is put it into a very sustained stall, and I'm going to hold it there artificially.
Okay.
So you'll see that this thing will be bucking, and it'll go back and forth. You'll see all of the stall indications that we talked about before, and I'll hold it there just to show you what happens, that you can experience those same indications that 07 crew probably experienced. That is, nose well below the horizon,
right?
Wing rock, the descent rate, and unless you go full forward, and break the angle of attack, you are still going to remain stalled forever.
Yep.
So the way we'll mechanize this is, I'll let you have control of the rudders only to begin with.
Okay.
And so you'll try and keep us wings level. It'll be very, very difficult because I don't think I could do that.
I'll do my best.
But try and keep its wings level. At some time during the maneuver, I'll say, I have control, which means I'm taking the rudder back as well.
Understood.
And then at some point further into the demonstration, I'll say, what's our airspeed, Martin? You'll look at our airspeed and it'll say 90 knots or whatever it might be.
Okay.
And then I'll say, watch what happens when I push. And I'll go push. It will immediately come out of that stall. And it'll be very nose low, but will be immediately recovered, and I can recover from the sustained stall. Okay, so it's go in this direction here. So you have control of the rudders.
I've got rudder only.
Roger that. And so I'll go. We'll be well below, well above the stall speed when I actually start the recovery. So I'll hold it here. Okay, that's it. Good job controlling the roll. Tough to do, isn't it?
It's tough to do.
Okay, I have controls. Okay, what is our airspeed? What's our airspeed?
100 knots.
Okay, watch what happens when I push. Push. Roll.
Okay.
Power. Stabilize. Pitch is set. Power is set. Recovery is complete. So you can see at 100 knots, I have the stick buried, and we are wing rock, a heck of a descent, probably 30 degrees nose low.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as I go forward on the stick, it recovered right away.
Right.
So that's the key. That's the power of the stick, of the elevator, of the angle of attack control. That's what we're trying to get out of that maneuver.
And random is taking me east.
Bat west. So that's what not to do in your airplane, obviously.
Got it.
The next thing is the zoom maneuver that we'll move on to, and you'll get a chance to fly this one. I'll demo the first one. And here is the fact that unlike the last one where we're well above 1G stall speed, but we're sustained stall, this one will be well below 1G stall speed, and we will not be stalled just because we're pushing on the stick.
Okay.
So this is called a zoom maneuver. I'll get full power, 120, and I'll go to 70 degrees nose high. There we go. There's 70. And now I'll push, watch. So there's roughly 40 knots, well below 1G stall speed, but we are not stalled.
I see.
You have control.
I have control.
Do that same maneuver if you want to practice it. What speed will we start out with? This one's good, 120 minimum. Pull up to 70 degrees nose high. More, a little more, a little more. Wait, I'll tell you when to push.
All right.
I have control.
Your control.
I'll get you set up here. So when we get to 70 degrees nose high, just push forward to hold 70.
Okay.
So you have control.
All right.
Try it one more time. So I'm pull up to 70 degrees nose high here.
All right. How's that?
That's good. That's about 50. That'll work for us.
All right.
And now push. For 45 knots or so is what I saw.
Yeah.
But we are not stalled.
Okay.
Good. I have control.
Your control.
Next will be an aileron roll, so we'll roll through 160 degrees of bank.
Okay.
So a well-controlled maneuver. We are deflecting the vertical component of the lift, so the nose will fall out of this thing. So I'll go 120 knots or so. You can do that basically any airspeed, any attitude, but I'll pull the nose up to about 20 degrees above the horizon, so that's about right there, and then I'll just roll.
Nice.
And the faster I roll, the less the nose will fall below the horizon. You have control.
My control?
You can do a couple of those if you want, whatever works for you.
How about one?
All right, whatever works. Pull the nose above the horizon and then roll left to right.
Woo!
So pull the nose up above the horizon a little bit more, and that way when you roll, you don't you don't have to pull back. So you just roll without pulling back. There you go. That's better. Much better.
Okay. All right, let's do the next thing because my stomach's starting to get a little queasy.
Okay, I have control.
Your control.
I'll fly straight and level for a little bit here. You just let me know how you're feeling. The only thing left in the profile is the loop, which is less disorienting than the aileron roll itself, because we're basically pulling straight back.
I want you to let me fly for a second.
Roger, you have control?
All right.
Yeah, you can fly border patrol here for a while to try and get your legs underneath you, if you will.
I can't remember the last time I was queasy in an airplane.
That's all right. No problem at all.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.
We can fly for a few more minutes. If you want to do a gentle turn to the north, that is left 8 o'clock, that'll be great. So fly up and down I-35 here if you want.
All right.
We're not in any big hurry, man.
All right.
So the only two things left in the profile are the loop and inverted flight. So if you're queasy, we'll save the inverted flight. We'll see if we want to do it or not.
All right.
We can always move it to the next sortie if you don't feel up to it. But the loop is a straight pull back into the vertical, so I'm thinking that will be a little easier on your stomach.
Okay, well, you want to take it?
Okay, I'll demo the first one to you. I have control.
Your control.
So I'll go full power. And let me get our squelch because we're going to go 160 knots here. I'll pull straight back into the vertical. When the nose is above the horizon, we'll look at each wingtip to see what's going on. So there's 2.5 Gs. Now I'm looking at each wingtip. Just a straight pull back to the vertical. Now leading my head back, making sure we have wings level. Continuing the pull. I pulled off a little bit here in my loop. There's 3 Gs. Wow. Then that's back to level flight. Want to try one? Sure. You have control whenever you're ready. Full power, 160 knots. You did much better than I did on mine. So keep pulling along the highway. That's great. Okay, excellent. Give me a turn to the right, if you would, please. Maybe right, not 3 o'clock, so go 90 degrees of turn. Very nice.
Let's do the inverted flight tomorrow.
What's that?
Let's do the inverted flight tomorrow.
Okay, I have control real quick.
Your control.
Go up to a little altitude. We can do a little extra flying. Yeah, just turn back around further away from the Bravo here. Relaxing the squelch a little bit.
All right.
You have control?
My control.
You can do a little extra flying, some turns, climbs, descents if you want. But essentially, we have done everything except for the inverted flight in our profile. So whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah, I'm ready to head back.
Okay. Back to party.
Roger.
A left-hand turn whenever you're ready.
Texas. Automated weather observation 1753 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 27 Celsius. Dew point 08 Celsius. Altimeter 30. For a moment to the altitude 1,900. Arlington